You don't need sex. You might think you need sex, but deep down you might crave something else. But the confusing thing is we do have a basic need for love, cuddles, connection, sensuality, and to integrate our sexuality. That is confusing. I try to bring some clarity here in this video. Hi, I am Miriam. I'm a holistic sex coach and psychologist and founder of the Multi-Orgasmic Method. And it's my mission to liberate, integrate love, sexuality, so that we can experience more of our multi-orgasmic potential and experience deeply fulfilling relationships, including the one with yourself. You don't need sex, but a lot of people, and especially men, have this deep urge for sexual release. I would say that we as humans, as men and women alike, we definitely need to integrate our sexual desire. And especially men confuse that also because they have never learned any other way, that they confuse that with sexual release. And then there is the other part. Every human needs sensual touch, love, connection, physical connection. We are mammals, and you see animals like cuddling each other, hugging each other, sleeping together, all kinds of things. And we humans very often have difficulty with finding this long, connected, hugging, cuddling kind of touch with each other. Yeah, it's very beautiful because we release oxytocin at that moment, which really supports us in feeling safe, and it calms down our nervous system. For many people, and again especially men, the only access they have, or the experience they have with this kind of touch, is through sex. So sometimes there is a confusion between the need for connection and the need for sex. And you might even feel that it is not about sexual release, but about something else. And the only way you know is through sex. Then there is the other side of the coin, that sometimes people, and especially women here, avoid sometimes cuddles, connection, because they are afraid that it needs to lead to sex because of this confusion. But we all need this kind of love, connection, like physical connection, sensuality with each other. And there's just so much confusion here, because sensual touch outside of massage or going to the hairdresser, and sometimes a hug with friends, it's not so normal in our society. And I can tell you, even for me, in the conscious scene that I have been in this tantric scene, there is a lot of cuddle puddles and so on, and sometimes that's even too much, at least for me. For some people this might be great, but for me it's like, I do desire cuddles, but this is too much. I desire hugs, like long hugs with my friends when we meet each other. And of course I desire cuddling with my partner. But yeah, our society is not made to appreciate the act of hugging and cuddling for longer than like 1 or 2 seconds. there's a certain awkwardness around it even. And I believe, even though it's a journey that I am doing myself, especially when it comes to people outside of my partner or like my best long-term friends, and even there, we should make hugging, massage, sensual touch more a normal part of our society. Because yes, of course, sensual touch can lead to arousal and eros, but it's not something you necessarily need to act upon. It can be there, and you know, it's not something you necessarily need to focus on. But this would release a little bit this confusion of, oh, I need sex, when you actually need love, connection, physical connection. Then there's the other part, that you don't need sex because sexual energy is something you can integrate instead of release. And this is especially for men. It's like the sexual release is not what is supposed to be the only use or the most efficient use of this energy. When you really breathe that into your body, you use that high arousal energy to breathe it into your heart, connect it to soul, spirit, mind, use it for health and longevity purposes by cultivating it in a certain way. This is not what we learn in school. So sexual release is sometimes the only answer men, also women, sometimes have for sexual desire. But it's such a power. You don't need sex with another person. No, you are invited when you feel sexual arousal, which can happen, you know, in so many ways. It can be a beautiful person you see on the street. It can be nature. It can be so many things. When you feel that spark inside of you, you can allow that in instead of somehow contracting and feeling that it needs to somehow get out or to be shared with another person. No, it's something like laughter to let in and feel into your whole body. There's no need to release it. There's no need to really experience that with someone else. Although this, of course, this sexual union is something many people long for. And for this, also watch my latest video. Why do we want sex? Because we might want it, but you don't need it. Like feeling like you need to have sex. You need that body to release your sexual energy, to celebrate your sexual energy. It comes from out of a contraction. And that is unattractive, unsafe, feels unsafe for many people. It's important to integrate your sexual desire. You can desire, want to share your sexuality with another person, but you don't need it. Neediness comes from contraction, I want. And that's just not true. You can integrate your sexual desire and appreciate beauty around you. And from out of this deep appreciation, you can, of course, connect also on a sexual level, if that is what, of course, both people want. So, you don't need sex, because behind that need very often is something else. It might be a desire for connection, physical connection, sharing physical love, hugging, cuddling. And you don't need sex to release sexual energy. No, you can in so many ways use that sexual energy. And the first step is the basic energy circle that I share in the free mini course that you can find in the description below. I also have an online course for men and women that teaches you all the ins and outs of how to awaken and use sexual energy to awaken and understand and experience your multi-orgasmic potential, your connection to universal love, the divine, and understand how you can share that with a partner. If you like this video, please like it. And I'm curious, what inspired you? Why do you think you need sex? Please share if you're there in the comments and inspire other people with that as well, because I know you read the comments. So this is how we can create a little bit of community. Okay, see you in the next video. Bye bye.